Hello everyone, we are doing a question from MCAT 1318. The question is question number 5, which is paragraph completion. Now, whenever we solve the paragraph completion question, we have to go through two important steps. As I have written here, the first step is to identify the key sentence of the paragraph. Now the question will arise, why do you need to identify the key sentence? The key sentence will tell you the main idea of the paragraph, and half the work is done when you identify the key idea of the paragraph. The second step is obviously now to choose the option which is in line with the main idea. Now let us look at this question number 5. Now in the question number 5, the paragraph ends with a sentence which has a word only, and this only word is, or the word only is the key word by which we understand that the last sentence of this paragraph is the key sentence. Now let us read what is that sentence. In the popular imagination, growing populations can only have a negative outcome. So it is clearly written here that populations are growing and the impact of growing population will be only negative, which shows that the author has a completely negative outlook or attitude towards growing population, and he is giving a clear warning that growing population will only have a negative outcome. Now we have to choose an option which is in line with this idea that says that growing population has only a negative outcome. Now if you look at the first option, option A, which talks about the impact of rising quality and because of which population will decrease. Now the topic is not whether population will increase or decrease. The author has already said that population is growing and the impact of growing population will be negative. So this positive option will not be the answer because the author is clearly very negative about the growing population. Now if you look at the B option, which starts with the dilemma. Now you don't have to really read what the dilemma is. The moment it is clear that the option starts with the dilemma, which means the option is talking about some uncertainty. Now the author is very clear. He uses the word only. It will have a negative impact. So he is assertive. Now whenever a paragraph is ending towards assertion, then you cannot have a last sentence which is uncertain. So because the author is very clear, you cannot end the option with dilemma, which is talking about uncertainty. So therefore the second option will not be the answer. Now if you look at the last option D, it says that this perspective is flawed, which means that the growing population will have only a negative outcome. This perspective is a flaw. Now obviously the question arises, why growing population will not have a negative impact, right? Now this explanation is missing between the second last sentence and the option. So therefore D option is not justified by the paragraph. So D option will not be the answer. So clearly A option will not be the answer, D option is not the answer, D option is not the answer. Now the answer is C. If you look at the option C, which clearly says that the most fearful factor related to our population is this. So it is very negative, which is in line with the main idea of the paragraph. Therefore the answer here is C.